Hello guys, welcome back to Evocative Scents for another top 5 fragrance video. The workplace is a very important environment, be it school, college or office. You would be going to the workplace almost every day, so these kind of scents or perfume are what you would be wearing the most. These fragrances should be inoffensive and appropriate for the workplaces, but at the same time they should exude a lot of character. And for me, the fragrances which excel in these parameters will make an excellent choice for school, college or office fragrance. The work fragrances need not to be very loud, but at the same time, if someone comes close to you, he or she should be able to appreciate the scent bubble of that fragrance. However, if you find any of these colognes not performing to your liking, feel free to spray the perfume a little more generously on the clothes, or even better, carry a small decant. And one last thing before starting of this video, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. It helps me immensely and this video reaches newer audiences as well as gains more traction on YouTube. And while you are there, do not forget to hit that thumbs up button as well. Without any further delay, let's start this video. Most of these fragrances will be affordable and cheap, making them an excellent choice for college students as well. Coming at number 5 on this list is not one but two fragrances. The first one being Alexa from Projekt Alternative Collection from their initial offerings. While their recent releases haven't fared very well, this one was an exception. While the performance is not beast mode or groundbreaking by any stretch of imagination, it is decent enough. It is inspired from the very popular and expensive fragrance called Aventus from the house of Creed. Moreover, it had smooth opening compared to the Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Men, especially the earlier EDT ones. It leans more towards the citrusy, fruity and green side of the things rather than smoky and woody DNA. Creed Aventus was and is still popular and one of the most hyped fragrances of all time for a good reason. It garners a lot of compliments and is an excellent all-rounder and an excellent choice for work fragrance. You can also consider the recent clones of the Creed Aventus too, like the Hamidi Addicted Intense from the Sterling Perfumes. I would suggest you to go for 6 to 8 sprays for this gorgeous smelling fragrance. The scent profile has a fresh green facet to it along with a citrusy pineapple note. The focus is more on fruity and citrusy elements rather than smoky and woody ones. Presenting another fragrance at the same number 5 is the mighty popular Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Men. This is the EDT version from the older batches. This fragrance started it all. It popularized clone fragrances as well as it became the success story of Armaf, the clone of very famous Creed Aventus. Although it has a slightly harsh synthetic opening, give it a few minutes and it won't disappoint you at all. While this perfume was excellent in terms of performance, their newer batches are a pale shadow of their earlier ones. I would suggest you to go for Pure Parfum edition, costing around the ballpark of 3500 Indian rupees for 150 ml. This fragrance has a smoky base along with a citrusy lemony opening, and it is well balanced by woody nuances, giving it somewhat of a smoky pineapple feel to it. Now at number 4, I am once again presenting you two fragrances on this list. The first one is Bleu by Ahmed from the house of Ahmed Maghribi. This Middle Eastern perfume house has some of the best fragrances in the business. Most of the fragrances from Ahmed Maghribi have very good longevity and are excellent value for money. Their oil quality are at par with some of the best designers and niche level brands. This fragrance is supposed to be inspired from the very popular men's fragrance Bleu de Chanel. However, I feel that though this fragrance has the same space as that of Bleu de Chanel, it is not a one-to-one clone of Bleu de Chanel. In Bleu de Chanel, the woody, floral and soapy nuances are amped up a little bit, while in Bleu by Ahmed, the citrusy opening takes the center stage. Don't get me wrong, it still has the woody facet to the fragrance, however it lacks the depth of the Chanel fragrance. The reason for which this fragrance is so low at the order is the poor performance of around 4 hours of longevity, which I had not expected at all from Ahmed Maghribi. Still, I can't deny this fragrance has one of the best citrusy opening in this list. Extremely refreshing and excellent for summer, with beautiful sandalwood note in the background. Maybe if I keep it in a shelf and let it settle down, the performance might improve a bit. If the performance of this fragrance improves, I will make sure that full review of this fragrance drops in my channel. Now coming to the second, fourth rank fragrance in this list is Jean Lowe Immortal or John Lowe Immortal from the house of Maison Alhambra, a sub-brand from the Lattafa. This perfume is inspired from the very popular Louis Vuitton L'Immensité. I have done a complete review of this fragrance in my channel, so if you are interested in this fragrance, please check it out. This is a very safe and mass appealing fragrance and it will surely garner compliments. The reason for which I have kept this fragrance on the number 4 on my list is that the other 3 fragrances on this list have a much more unique scent DNA compared to this. This is a very easygoing and likable fragrance, definitely worth checking it out, and truly a blind buy worthy. It has a very classy combination of citruses along with a zingy spicy ginger note. When combined with aquatic as well as green notes, it makes this a signature scent worthy all year round fragrance. Now finally we are into the top 3 of this fragrance list. At number 3 on this list is It's Essential for Men from the house of Rasasi, a perfume house very well known among the fragrance community for its fragrance called Rasasi Havas. The reason why this fragrance breaks into the top 3 of this list is a very unique scent DNA. It is inspired from a discontinued fragrance called Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime or YSL L'Homme Ultime. This is the only fragrance on this list which is excellent for date situation as well as close encounters. It is equally good as a work fragrance too. It has a bit of seductive elegance to it. Moreover, the price at which it comes makes it an excellent choice for students as well. Now the smell is where it gets interesting. While in the Immortal there was use of grapefruit note, in Essential there is use of oranges along with beautiful floral elements and a signature cardamom note. And at the dry down it becomes woody and dry. And all these fragrance notes combined make it a signature scent worthy. This fragrance can be worn all year round, but it has only a drawback that it has average performance. Now coming to the top 2 fragrances on this list. Now both of these perfumes have one of my most favorite fragrance note ever in common, that is neroli. While both of these fragrances are marketed as men's fragrance, I feel that they are completely unisex fragrances. While this fragrance bottle may not look very attractive, the smell of the Khadlaj Shiyaaka silver is excellent. If I am not wrong, this bottle design is very similar to Arabian oud. The fragrance is just wow. It smells much more expensive than it really is. It is an excellent clone of Amouage Reflection Man, and the smell is very close to the original fragrance. And Amouage fragrances are expensive and not everybody would want to splurge that amount of money into a fragrance. And even if you have the original fragrance and you want to save it for special occasions, you can certainly consider this as a very good alternative. Now 3 fragrance notes that stand out for me in this perfume are neroli, iris or lavender and the sandalwood note. Now at last coming to the number 1 fragrance on this list is Ajmal Evoke Gold for him. I have done a complete review of this fragrance in my channel recently, so definitely check it out. It has one of the most unique and beautiful bottle design in my collection, which just looks like a piece of cheese. While the bottle design may not appeal to everybody and it might come as a little bit cheesy to some people, the smell is safe, clean, mass appealing in nature with a soapy and powdery touch to it. Ajmal Evoke Gold takes inspiration from the extremely popular Prada L'Homme, an extremely modern, elegant and beautiful fragrance. This fragrance has a very agreeable performance, and although these perfumes contain the iris or the orris root note, these are not powder bombs. These are clean and powdery but not overwhelmingly so, with a fresh out of the sour vibe, with that beautiful neroli note in it. Now all of these fragrances in this list are very safe and easy to pull off, and they sure will garner compliments too. So that's it for today's video, and please drop a comment on what fragrances you would have loved to see on this list. And if you took anything value of this video, please hit the like button, and if you love fragrance related content, please hit the subscribe button as well. It really means a lot to me. So that's it for today's video, and have a great day, and I will meet you in the next video.